What if the Roman Empire never fell? This is the last emperor. You may have heard of him. He was the ruler of a great and sprawling empire that at one point encompassed nearly all of Western Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. But by the 5th century AD, various Germanic tribes were beginning to exert their dominance over the western half of the empire. And by 476 AD, the last emperor was deposed, giving way to a new era in European history. Or did he? Let's play a little game. Imagine with me that the last emperor didn't get deposed, that he and his successors were able to hold on to power and keep the empire intact. How would things be different today if the Roman Empire still existed? Would we even have things like Christianity or Islam? If the Roman Empire had just lasted a little longer? Both religions kind of took off after the fall of Rome, at least in Europe. So perhaps without that turning point, they wouldn't be as widespread as they are today. Maybe you've heard of the Pax Romana, the nearly 200 years of relative peace and stability that the Roman Empire enjoyed during the 1st and 2nd centuries AD. What if that period of peace had lasted longer? Would we have seen the same technological developments during the Renaissance and the Industrial Revolution? Would there even be an Industrial Revolution without the innovations of Roman engineering? Some historians argue that many of the innovations of classical antiquity, including the arch, concrete, roads, aqueducts, and more, were actually invented by the Greeks and then appropriated by the Romans. So without Greek innovations, Rome might not have been able to build the impressive structures that it did. And without Rome, these technologies might have taken longer to spread throughout Europe. What about language? Latin, the language of the Romans, is the root of many Romance languages spoken today, including Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese. Without the fall of Rome, Latin might not have evolved into these various forms, and who knows what other languages might have taken its place. The Byzantine Empire, which kept the Roman flame alive in the East for another 1,000 years, was heavily influenced by Greek culture, and it was largely cut off from the rest of Europe following the fall of Constantinople in 1453. But what if the Byzantine Empire had been able to share its knowledge with the rest of the Roman world? Would we be celebrating Greek and Roman culture today, or would Byzantine culture be more widely appreciated? It is easy to think of all the ways in which the fall of Rome changed the course of history, not only for Europe but for the entire world. So take a moment to consider how things might be different if the last emperor had been able to stay in power just a little bit longer. Thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and join us next time for more historical tales.